Again, this journey, it's about self-love and achieving the highest love of all, which is unconditional love, a love that not everybody experiences. Everybody can experience love, anybody, because there's love in the world. But not everybody can get to the stage of achieving unconditional love. Unconditional love is loving without regrets, loving without hate, loving without feeling hurt, loving without feeling pain, loving without remembering what somebody did to you in the past. As I said to someone, it's like turning the other cheek. You hurt me in the past, but I know that I was on a journey. I'm in a connection that is allowing me to release those wounds, to release those negative energy from my soul, so I can welcome unconditional love. So it's not just about achieving love, because anybody can show love, anybody can give love, but not everybody can give and receive unconditional love. And when it's unconditional, there are no strings attached. It's just love in its purest form. It's not you remembering that you hurt me and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to remember it, and I'm going to make sure that you remember it. It's you loving someone that you can forget all the hurt and pain that they caused you and still love them. Unconditional love is loving yourself, and loving yourself enough to not accept anything that makes you hurt, especially if that hurt and pain is coming from someone that you love and someone that you know loves you. Receiving unconditional love is receiving love from someone who knows how to love themselves, who knows how to love unconditionally. And if it's hard for you as a divine feminine to change the way you are, to mold yourself into that person who is able to give unconditional love, then you should expect that it is as hard on the divine masculine side as it is equally as hard on your side. Thank you. So if you're still in that stage where you're remembering everything your masculine did to you, if you're still saying what happened to you in the past is your masculine's fault, if you're still saying that I will never forgive you, if you're still saying that you hurt me too much, I can't let you back into my life, then you're nowhere near unconditional love. You're nowhere near achieving unconditional love. And because you're nowhere near achieving unconditional love, you're nowhere near getting your masculine back. And your masculine is also nowhere near healing so he can come back. This journey is about loving yourself. And when you love yourself, you love God. Because God is love. Unconditional love, not just any love. God is unconditional love. And he turned the other cheek. He's always there for his people, even those who betrayed him. He's always there for them. Those who told lies on him, he's always there for them. Those who sold him out because they believe they can achieve abundance by receiving payment, by getting riches, he still loved them. And it's the same with the divine masculine. All these things that you're going through is happening for a reason. And it's happening because that's the way it's supposed to happen. So you can recognize these faults within you and work on healing them. And in order to heal these faults, you have to first acknowledge that you have these faults. You have to first acknowledge that you have a fault. You have to first acknowledge that you allow men to use you. You have to first acknowledge that you put yourself into the lowest form of negative energy to accept mistreatment from others. You have to first accept the fact that I have anger within. You have to first accept the fact that you have hatred for someone. You have to first accept the fact that you are impatient, that you have no understanding. And when you start to accept these facts, then you can start to work on these facts. And when they show up again, you can say, "Get behind thee, Satan." You can put those things aside and say, "I'm growing, I'm healing. I want to receive unconditional love. And in order to achieve unconditional love, I have to first get rid of you negative energy." So again, I say to you, this journey is not about getting a man, getting someone in your life that loves you. It's about you working on yourself to achieve unconditional love. Unconditional self-love. And in order to also give unconditional love to somebody else. Because how can you love somebody if you cannot love yourself? The same way you treat yourself is the same way you're going to treat somebody else. And if you love yourself unconditionally, without pressuring yourself to be the way somebody else wants you to be, without tearing yourself down for something that happened in the past, without feeling like you're not good enough for somebody else, without thinking that you're not pretty enough. And that's also a wound, because some of us divine feminines, when we see our masculines going after a pretty girl, we start to tear ourselves down. Am I not beautiful enough? What's wrong with me? Is my hair not long enough? Don't I wear enough makeup? Am I not fat enough? Am I not skinny enough? Am I that ugly? Am I not tall enough? Am I not sexy enough? These are the things we need to clear from us, from our soul, from our system, so we can achieve unconditional love, so we can be the person that God wants us to be. If you cannot acknowledge your faults, then you'll be forever stuck. Because to fix a problem, you have to first acknowledge that there is a problem. And when we do these things, our masculines, they are us. And it will reflect on your masculine, and they will in turn automatically start to work on the same thing, start to clear their energy, start to restore their soul, start to feel unconditional love, start to not accept bullcrap from other people, start to release themselves from negative energy so that they won't be used by these people that they label as karmics. So that these karmics won't lower their self-esteem by verbal abuse. The stronger you are, the stronger you become, the stronger your masculine will be. The more love you feel for yourself, the more love your masculine will feel for himself. Hence, the more love he can return to you. All of this you have to do through faith and trust in God, because it's very hard. It's a hard journey. It's hard to change yourself. It's hard to break away from tradition. It's hard to change something that you have learned, that you have known from you were born until how many years you are now. It's hard. When I was in college, one of my professors said to us that practice makes permanent. Whatever you practice becomes permanent. That's what he said, and that stuck with me because that's so true. Whatever you practice becomes permanent. Whatever you have been doing and accepting over the years, through relationships, it becomes permanent within you. You begin to accept that that's the way you are. You begin to accept that that's how things are done. If you were treated a certain way when you were younger, you grow up believing that that's the way you should be. If you grow up seeing your mother being abused by your father, you automatically think that that's the way things are supposed to be. If you as a man grow up seeing your mother verbally abusing your father, and your father just sits there and takes it, you automatically think that that's the way a man should behave. And that boy is going to grow up into his father accepting, also seeking out women who verbally put him down, because that's what he learned, that's what he knows, that's what his father accepted. And these boy children grew up believing that that's how I should be as a man, accepting verbal abuse from women. And hence they seek out women who are just like their mothers. A man grows up looking for their mother. And if their mother is an abusive person towards their father, that's the kind of woman this baby boy would grow up looking for. Now, divine masculines, is that what you want your sons to do? Is that the kind of life you want your sons to live? Is that the kind of man you want your son to become? That's why you have to learn to love yourself and not accept crap from anyone. Because children live what they learn, and learn what they live. If you think children are stupid, ask them a question. Then you'll be surprised by their answer. The same with the divine feminines. If you have your children, your girl children, and they grow up seeing you accepting abuse from a man, when they grow up, that's the kind of man they'll be looking for, because my mommy accepted it. My mommy showed me that that's the kind of man that I should accept in my life. And that's what we are not getting as people. Your children live what you learn and learn what they live. So for you to say that I'm going to stay in this relationship for the sake of my children, bullshit. You're staying in it because you are weak. You're staying in it because you're not learning to love yourself. Now it's time for the divine feminines and divine masculines to stand up and say, I will not accept abuse from anyone. And you walk away from that situation. Learning to love yourself, because that's the example you're setting for your children. That's what you're showing your children. Don't accept abuse or mistreatment or disrespect from anyone, no matter who it is. Show yourself some love. Walk away. Walk away from those things. And the message that God gave to me to give to you this morning, divine feminines, is to let you know that these masculines are going to be breaking those chains. They are going to be breaking the chains that were holding them back. That devil energy, the attachment energy, they're going to be breaking those chains. And that's because they're putting their trust in God. They are praying. They're turning to the one person that have the answers for anything, God. If you think you can live your life without God and everything works out positively, then you're mistaken. You're truly mistaken. God is the master of your life, and you need to put your trust in Him. So all those of you who think that I got free will, I can do whatever I want, I can choose whomever I want, I can be with whomever I want, and expect things to work out in your favor, then you have truly made a mistake. God gave you free will because God knows that there's good and bad in this world. Also good and bad within you. And God gave you free will so you can have a choice. So you can either choose good or bad or right from wrong. That's why God gave you free will. Not for you to abuse and run around and talk about I can do whatever it is that I want. It's for you to make that decision on your own, because you can think and outweigh the good from the bad, and then you can decide to choose good or bad, right or wrong. That's why you got free will. Now, when you make that choice to choose the wrong or the bad, then that's why God is able to judge you. Because He gave you the choice. He gave you the ability to make that choice. Thank you. Heard that confirmation? And you made the wrong choice. Now you are able to be judged. That's why you got free will. And if you use free will wrongly, then as my card says, free will definitely fuck you up. Once you're on this twin flame journey and you understand the meaning of what this twin flame journey is about, 2112, then there's no reason for you to be saying it's his fault. There's no reason for you to be saying I can't let you back in my life because of what you did in the past. The past is the past, and as I said, As I quoted, and I'm quoting myself. If you were meant to look in the past, your eyes would have been in the back of your head. You're not meant to look in the past. You're meant to look in front of you, to the future. So live your life. Choose right from wrong. Exercise that free will correctly. Use it wisely. Don't accept a beatdown, a verbal beatdown from somebody because they're supporting you, from somebody because you think you love them. If they loved you, they would never be beating you down verbally. They would never make you feel low within yourself and you in return developing a low self-esteem. That's not love. That's wrapping you around their little finger, manipulating you to support them, manipulating you to take care of me while I sit down and not do anything while you go out and work. And when you come in with that money, I just take it and go shopping with my friends. When somebody loves you, they show it. They not only say it. Anyone can, thank you. Anyone can say I love you, but not everyone can show it. And if someone is saying I love you and you're feeling hurt and pain in your heart, then that's definitely not love. If a man slaps you around and then say I'm sorry, I love you, and you're still hurting and crying, that's not love. If a man says something to you that hurts your feeling, or a woman, and then they turn around and say I'm sorry, and the way that they made you feel, because they show the love, because they're also hurting from the fact that they hurt you, then that's love. You can feel love. You can feel it. So you'll know if somebody loves you. And if after this you still are saying that you don't care, they hurt you, then trust me, you have a long way to go. A long, 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 long way to go. Let's get you, guys, some messages from God, and then I'm just going to cut. Oh. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Get rid of jealousy. Forgiveness is needed. To forgive is to heal. Take care of your health, and that includes your mental health. Seek God's guidance, not your own. You are everything to me. And this is also coming from both your masculine and God, because your masculine wants you to know that they truly love you and you are everything to them. And same with God. God loves you unconditionally. And you, as a human, you're everything to God. You're everything to God. On the bottom, to be strong, you have to first stand up. And that's exactly what I've been saying. You cannot stay where you are and say, I'll stay here and expect to be strong. No. To be strong, you have to first stand up. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for yourself, knowing that you deserve love. And everything that's here just sums up everything that I've been saying. On the top, grieving is meant to be short-lived. It's not for you to wallow in. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Love you all. Bye.